Hello, I'm Matteo Bove.
And I'm Liam Alsop, and we represent the student leadership of the college who have decided to take over the principal's update by interviewing college leaders, Acting Principal Lisa Pope and Acting Deputy Principal John Mitchell, on the latest initiatives occurring at the college.
So what's been happening around the college in this past fortnight?
Well, it's been a pretty busy week. We've had our Year 11 students participate in the Driver's Ed program at Costa Hall. We hosted an inter-school chess competition last Friday. Our music students showcased their talent at the Performing Arts Centre on Thursday night. We had Year 7 students with their language classes have their parents come in to see their work. We also held the Year 8 Renewals program with the Courage to Care, which is an upstander program to educate about racism, prejudice, discrimination and bystander behaviour. This week our Gospel and Spirituality Assembly was a great start to the week. We had a welcome to country and we had a guest speaker, Tommy Nywer, and they were definite highlights for me.
Now, we understand that there are some changes to the new timetable in 2024. A number of our leaders have asked some questions about the timetable, and we're hoping you can share this with our community.
Well, absolutely. Thanks for providing us with a copy of the question. So let's fire away.
So what are the different bell times every day?
Well, there are different bell times each day. We implemented this with a range to accommodate a range of learning styles. The lesson lengths are going to be 40 minutes, 60 minutes or 90 minutes. The theory is no day will look the same because in the world beyond school, we're trying to create opportunities to vary the way we work each day and help us adapt to this.
Now, there's been a lot of students thinking we have Wednesdays off. Do we have Wednesdays off?
No, we don't. Definitely don't. So you'll be years 7 to 11 are expected to be in class with their classroom teacher. Year 12s are expected to be in class on a Wednesday until lunchtime, and then they're free to go home and work from home. And so that's the same situation that we have now with Year 12, with you guys, as you know. What we will have is some opportunity for some Year 12s to learn under a different model on a Wednesday, and so they will have the opportunity, possibly by invitation, if they can prove that they're ready to learn away from school, the possibility to learn from home on that Wednesday. So I've got some examples here. So currently we've got a group of Year 11 students that are undertaking independent study and on a Wednesday afternoon, and so those students, if they can prove that they are ready and show a readiness to learn that way, then they'll have the opportunity by invitation and with discussion of their family, if that's the best route for them, to actually learn from home on the Wednesday. We've also got students that will be undertaking school-based apprenticeships, vet and school subjects that will impact that Wednesday, and so those students would be undertaking those just as they normally would, and possibly even some students undertaking some Deakin Accelerate units that could operate on that day.
Yeah. Is there a sample timetable that we have, and can it go on Simon or the daily messages?
Yes, well, we can provide a sample timetable. We've got the Mount Sion timetable ready to go, but we do need to do some finer tweaks to the Westcourt and Waterford timetables, and we're working through that with our key staff so that we should have them ready to go and present to all students early term 3.
Alright, I know the start times and finishing times are the same.
Start times are 9 o'clock, so that will be the same each day, and the finish times will be 3:20, as they have been for a long time.
So with all these changes, what's the reason for it? What sparked them?
Well, this project actually came into the college before I even came to the college, I guess. So it started about four to 5 years ago, I believe. And it was prior to COVID. And once COVID happened, it kind of shelved it for a while. But part of the reason for the change was to give us greater flexibility in our timetable so that we can meet the diverse range of learners that we've got here. So we've got a number of students that participate in VET off-site. We've got a number of students that are wanting to participate more in work placements and school-based apprenticeships, also to tap into the opportunities of accelerated learning pathways through universities. The other key driver is that we want to develop self-regulated learners who can understand how they learn and how they can control their learning environment. The environment that you're heading to next year, you guys, if you're going to uni or TAFE or into the workforce, is a lot different to what it is at school, and we want to make sure that we're setting you up for success.
So what benefits will this have for students and teachers?
So I think the benefits what Ms Pope just outlined are true in terms of preparing you for life beyond the college. But for years 7 to 10, one of the benefits is that we've got a real increase in English and maths across the board, which is a real positive, and we think that will have a real positive impact on literacy and numeracy, which is important. Some other benefits is that it will enable students to follow these really diverse pathways. So under the current structure, there have been students that want to do different pathways. It can cause clashes with their other subjects. Now, this timetable won't solve every clash. However, we think it will minimise many of them and provide students the opportunity to undertake all these different pathways. So that diversity is really important. And our Year 12 students having Monday and Wednesday afternoons off in terms of away from school will enable them to study from home and provide that flexibility that Ms Pope just spoke about. And also, we think it will also, one of the benefits is challenging our teachers to look at the different lesson lengths and think about their teaching and how they're going to teach in that respect. And we're really hopeful that that's going to provide some real growth in our teachers and our teaching and learning ability, which will impact students positively.
In regards to the new art learning precinct being built, like you mentioned, will any other blocks throughout the school go through any repairs or even upgrades in the near future?
Definitely. So our Arts and Learning Precinct is going to actually make a great asset in terms of supporting the self-regulated learning that we're aiming to achieve. But we also acknowledge that there is some buildings that do need some upgrades here. So we do have a plan that outlines that. So over the next few years, whilst we do see the Arts and Learning Precinct, we will continue to make sure that we maintain our facilities here and in the future look at upgrading some of the other buildings at the college.
So if I was a VCE/VM student each Wednesday during period 5-6, will this affect the new timetable structure?
No, it won't. We think it will actually benefit you. So we think it will enable you to undertake your structured work placement or your placement outside of school. So that will be a benefit of the Wednesday. And also we think that it will provide you the opportunity to undertake VCE units as well if that's what you desire to do.
In light of the teaching shortages, how does the new school plan account for the 1,800 students we have here?
Yes, well, that's a great question. We know that there is a change in how many hours a teacher can teach in 2024. We know that this timetable change will also impact that. We've currently got an advertisement in the papers seeking to employ new staff. So we're really excited about bringing on new team members to the college next year to help us implement that.
It has been discussed that we can only do 5 subjects in Year 12. With the new timetable, does that mean you can do 6 VCE subjects?
So there's no change to the structure of VCE here under the new timetable structure. Yeah. So under the current structure, all Year 12s, when you're in Year 12, can undertake a Unit 3-4 sequence or 5 Unit 3-4 sequences under their current timetable, and that's not changing at all next year. So that's exactly the same. Now there will be students that will want to undertake 6, and so like they currently do, and so what we encourage them to do is they're able to do that at Year 10 or Year 11, so they accelerate into a VCE Unit 3-4 stream, VCE stream, and then that enables them to get the 6, which is the exact same structure that we have now.
We've noticed that the state government has announced that some private schools will lose their exemption from paying payroll taxes. Will this impact St Joseph's College and therefore our school fees?
Well, St Joseph's College fits under the $7,500 threshold of tuition fees. So at this stage, we shouldn't lose our payroll tax and therefore there should be no impact to our school fees. However, the parameters reported in the state government announcement has not been clarified, but currently we do not fit into the category of a high fee paying school.
What is the current procedure with illness with COVID?
Yeah, there's been lots of illness, whether it be COVID or the flu, between staff and students as well. So what we're just encouraging everyone to do, if you are showing any symptoms, whether they be mild or extreme, just to use a RAT and ensure that you're tested. And that's the same if you're a household or close contact. And if you are COVID positive, then the strong recommendation is for you to isolate for 5 days.
So Ms Pope, is there anything coming up in the next few weeks that we need to highlight to our community?
Well, this week our Year 10s are undergoing Careers Week. They're doing their Morrisby testing, so this helps to guide them in their future career pathways. We've also got the GAP coming up on Thursday the 15th of June, which you boys will be part of. And that particular day, there will be no other students at the college. It's a student-free day, except for these young men and all the other students that study a VCE 3-4 or also VCM, VM in Year 12. The other thing, I guess, just to remind us, is we are coming up to Year 8 to 11 exams. They'll occur in the last week. You don't need to worry about that, but there is a number of students will need to start thinking about their study for that. And in terms of reports, they'll be released on the Monday of the first week of the holidays. And that's pretty much should get us through to the end of the term.
Perfect.
Thanks, boys.